Welcome to Buzzed and Baffled, the podcast where the wine is flowing, the stories get weird, and we try our best to keep the chaos to a minimum. Try being the keyword.
Before we jump in, a quick behind-the-scenes truth. Producing the show is basically an Olympic sport. Between being the media manager, the sound engineer, the editor, and trying to control her own voice volume, which, let's be honest, Nicole's has the natural power of a small megaphone, things can get a little unpredictable. So if you hear the occasional mic spike, just know it's not your headphones. It's Nicole living her best and loudest life.
Disclaimer, we're not experts. Just two curious humans with wine in hand and an enthusiasm for the bizarre. Some topics may be dark, sensitive, or downright strange, so listener discretion is advised. And remember, everything you hear is for entertainment only, so take the story seriously, just not too seriously.
And any opinions shared on this podcast are our own and not reflective of any third party.
Now, pour a glass, settle in, and get ready to be buzzed and baffled.
Oh, at least you told me this time.
Just this time. Do you think I'm close enough that I won't be too quiet this time?
Yes.
Everyone, she said I was too quiet on the last episode, and I have never been told
I
that
know.
before.
I know. And I said, I can't believe it either, but I think it was because you would like sit way back here, and I think you just moved away from the
I
mic.
moved away. So
It wasn't that you were too quiet. You were too far.
So I just have to get close and eat the mic.
Yeah.
Like I like to, my lips brushing up
Mhm.
against it.
Don't you feel like a horse, like
Like Mr. Ed.
yeah, like
With
eating
some
an apple or something?
With some peanut butter on my lips to keep them moving. Or do I have to eat whatever that candy is you were telling me about?
Oh, fruit snacks.
She asked me if I ever had fruit snacks, and I said, well, I've had dots.
And I was like, ugh, never mind. Because at first I asked if she'd ever had like Scooby-Doo fruit snacks or like shark bites. And she's like, I've had dots. I'm like, oh, forget it.
And then I said, well, yeah, I had fruit snacks. That's why women have periods, Kyla.
Back in the Garden of Eden days. You want to talk about our new addition to the pod room?
Yeah, on our Instagram and Facebook, I posted a picture. We now have a crown to indicate which of us has had the worst story. And
Crafted by yours truly.
she did. She texted
Boy,
me
did
and
I
she
put
goes,
a lot of work.
do you have metallic paint? And I'm thinking, what the fuck does she need metallic paint for? Like, is she crafting something?
You know it.
And so she made a little wooden crown.
I also made David go buy that crown. It was on the list when I made him go grocery shopping at Walmart. So he had to go buy that crown.
Did have to buy
And the gems.
And the gems, because she glued gems onto it. And now it's on the wall, indicating that I have had the worst story.
Mhm. Yeah, notice how I created that crown after you already had it, not when I had it, because I'm polite.
Uh-huh. You didn't want to rub it in my face. Meanwhile, I'm like, ha ha.
I know. She's like, wow, no crown for you, Kyla. Even though you painstakingly glued those 8 gems on here. 10 gems.
Well, in the event you ever get it back, I did put the dots on the wall so that, like,
Thanks for believing in me.
so that if you ever come up with a story worse than mine. Although the story I wrote this week, it's a real humdinger. It's not terrible, but it's delightful in terrible ways.
Yeah, that's good.
Where are we going today?
Not too far. We're heading down to Battle Creek, Michigan.
Kellogg City.
For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, also, you have to post because one of our listeners commented on the last Buzzed and Baffled.
Oh, no.
You have to post your photo and video that you promised. Shout out to Aunt Cindy for saying, post the photo and video.
Cindy, how could you do this to me?
She completed her assignment. Now you have to do yours.
Where did she post this? So
It was on Facebook.
Son of a bitch. So do I do like the side by side of me and then Wildenstein or whatever her name is?
Yes. Who wore it better?
Yes. I will do that today.
Okay.
You just have to remind me.
Yeah, because at first I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? I was like, oh yeah, we challenged our dear readers to comment. We gave them a little.
I will say I am not responsible for any jump scare or heart attacks that happen as a result.
If you don't want, I mean, she was the only one though. We said like 20 of our 20 listeners had to do it. So if you just want to like message it to her.
I could be like, hey, Cindy, here you go. Yeah, I need our other 20 listeners in order to make it public. So far, only friends and family have gotten to
Because
see it.
I think honestly, Cindy's the only person who listens to these as they come out. Everyone else is like a week or two behind.
Even your mother doesn't?
I don't even know the last time if she's still listening. She doesn't, I don't know.
How
Dale, if you're
dare
still
she?
listening, you got to text me that you're still listening.
Yeah, Dale, I expect a response on Facebook to one of these posts that you're still listening. And if not, I'm going to march myself down to that jail.
Because I know, like, I always listen the week after because I listen when I'm working out when you post it or when you post the correct episode.
Blah, blah, blah. I will send all the files to you and you can edit and post them.
Yeah, right. Like, you're going to give up that control.
Never. I like that you didn't mention the irony that I'm getting on other people because they are not listening to our podcast.
I know. And that's why I was like, oh, by the way, I was listening to our podcast and you were too quiet. Because I know you don't listen to our podcast.
I would never know. I didn't even listen to the ads before. Like, I put them together and I type the text in and then I download them and I post them. So I don't know if the narrator's having a stroke or not.
The cadence of the AI voice is hilarious. Because when it's like it's 2 lines of text, it treats the first line like a full sentence and it stops and then it goes into the second line.
Because I have an option of asking it if I want to split the text, and I do because it sounds weird, I think.
Yeah,
and so I'm like,
it's always in the weirdest spot.
And so I make it so it sounds like it's like and then. And
today, it's always like, today, Kyla and Nicole go to a major city where they discover the truth.
The true meaning of Christmas.
It's fine. It wouldn't be buzzed and baffled if it wasn't a little
is
fucked
supposed
up.
to be infallible and it should know what it's doing. It's not my fault.
What are we having for wine today, and why are we having this wine? You can rag on me about it.
Because Kyla thought she was writing a nice, uplifting story. She didn't tell me.
Okay, I never said it was going to be uplifting. I just thought it was going to be lighthearted.
And as soon as I saw where she was putting that flag, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a terrible story. This is about the Kellogg company. This is going to be awful.
Yeah.
So Kyla did not know what wine to pair with all of her favorite things.
Oh my God, please don't say that. Because
at
this point, people are really going to start to wonder.
I'm going to have to make a t-shirt that has so many of your favorite things listed at the same time. Also, side note, do you know what I found on Etsy?
Oh God. Do I want to know what you found on Etsy?
Do you want it to be a surprise when I order it this weekend and show up with it? Or do you want me to warn you that it's coming?
I mean, either way, it's not going to be great, so I don't think it matters.
So, in giant scissors, do you prefer a gold pair or like a silver pair?
I'm a winter, so silver.
Silver? Okay. What kind of scissors do you think that one lady had in her pocket? Her prison pocket.
I don't want to think about that, Nicole. But if you must know, the answer is orange-handled Fiskars.
I'll have to see if we can get orange-handled scissors, but I can get giant decorative.
You don't have to get giant
sewing scissors. And I have a choice. I'm on the fence between Good News, Kyla, or Buzzed and Baffled. I haven't decided yet which one it's going to be, and then we're going to mount them up next to our Lord and Savior, Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, we can put it right under the candle. We can put them in that space over Rosenhan, too, if they'll fit there. Or are they that giant?
Oh, I think they'd fit in that section.
I mean, we have an abundance of space in this room.
Yet not enough space for one small cat picture.
Nope, and that's actually not my fault. That cat picture is too large.
It is giant.
Yeah.
But you know that someday when you're gone, I'm going to hang it over your stairwell.
I know you are. Or like my TV in the bedroom or something.
Uh-huh. Put it in where the headboard belongs on your bed. So, in order to fill the blank, since Kyla couldn't decide which of her favorite things she wanted to honor
Yeah, and
with
I was like,
wine,
so we're supposed to get a big storm. I went to Walmart today to do my shopping, so I wouldn't have to go tomorrow
because you probably couldn't.
because I probably couldn't. And I was like, oh, if they have a Michigan wine, I'll pick it up. They didn't.
She was gonna punish me with St. Julian.
I was going to, and they only had one that was like, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a semi-sweet red. It was red, but it wasn't. It didn't look like wine. It looked like Faygo Red Pop.
Even you were like, no.
Yeah,
even I
because I was like, I'm gonna
Nicole.
have to drink that too.
See, I'm willing, except for that 2004 wine. I'm usually willing to drink it just to punish
Yeah.
you.
And by the time I got out of there, I was like, there's no way I'm going to Econo to look at their St. Julian section. Now, if I knew for a fact they had a cereal wine, I would have gotten it.
I don't know if they
But
do or
I
not.
don't think I've never remember seeing one.
No,
So I was like, whatever. We'll just have something normal.
I got done with clients today, and then I tried to go to Walmart, but there was like 12 to 14 people just like circling, trying to park. And I was like, well, don't need anything in here bad enough. And I drove my hiney over to Econo and got what I needed to prep cook for this week.
Mhm.
And then I called all of my clients today for tomorrow and said, how about we do telehealth?
Good plan. Yeah, I went to my office and picked up my laptop and organized some shit in my new stupid office that I'm mad about.
Did you fix your desk and the seating arrangement?
I can't. There's no way because it's like attached to the wall.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't design it. Like, this is someone's office first and they moved.
Well, obviously, because the desk is terrible.
Yeah. Like, I didn't pick this arrangement at all.
So there's a bar in the center, you said.
Yeah, it's like an apron, but it's in the center and it goes like almost all the way to the floor.
That's so bizarre.
I know. So I cannot stretch my very long legs out.
Are you going to put a pool noodle around it so that you don't bang your
Probably
legs off of it all
like
the time?
permanent bruises. Maybe I'll just cut an arch out of the bottom so I can put my feet through
Like,
there.
is it possible just to remove the support?
I looked and I don't think so.
Jesus. See, my chainsaw idea is not so terrible now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's dumb. I hate it. I used to have this beautiful view of the lift bridge and the sun would greet me in the morning and I could see the hot dog smoke coming out of Walworth, which was really most important.
Now she gets a view of the parking lot from the garden view that she has.
And I can see
it's just people's ankles.
Yep.
And like exhaust carburetors or whatever that is.
Yeah. And if my coworker has one slip, his truck is coming through my office window into my lap.
Are you just like praying for it
Yeah,
at this
maybe.
point?
I wouldn't have to work anymore. Like,
I mean, you have accident insurance. You'd be fine.
Okay.
So we're going back to our tried and true. It's the pail. It has a theme on the bottle of the 1920s. So it's old timey, which
I guess that kind of
old-timey.
fits. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I had a method to my
did.
madness.
You definitely were just like, just grab a pail, Kyla.
Nope. No, I thought about it long and hard for the 20 seconds I considered. Ooh, I almost spilled it on myself.
Whoop. Also, the last episode when I was pulling that cork out and I hit my boom arm of my mic, it definitely was like boom.
We don't need to taste test this on
Nope.
there.
This is our like 40th bottle of this. I think.
We're getting to the point where I think we're gonna have to order another case.
Yeah, I think there's 2 in the fridge, plus I think there's 2 down there. So yeah, probably getting close to be time.
Although when I was posting the picture of the crowns, there was a ad for the pail on our Instagram feed. So
Yeah,
I
they gotta
definitely
sponsor us.
I commented and said, "Hey, that's what we're drinking as we're recording the pod tonight."
Nice.
I mean, I am one of 3 people responding to your social media. The pail,
Yeah.
maybe pay attention.
Yeah, not like Boda Box.
Who just like ignored us.
Yes, they like ghosted us.
Although that's better than what happened to the girl who was like taking videos of her skateboarding, and she would post Gucci on there, and Gucci's like, "Please stop doing that." Or what do you call it, Kyla?
Nicole.
That's off-air talk.
Cut that, please. I'm begging you. All right. AI titled this. Well, I gave it prompts and I was like, and it didn't really come like this is like a meh episode. So sorry, everybody.
It's not much. It's terrible. It's gonna be awful.
But
It's gonna be hilarious for me.
yeah, it is because I told her I was like, this is supposed to be just like some funny, stupid thing that I sometimes do,
Mhm.
like my exploding whale or my Kentucky meat shower. Like,
Yep.
but then it took a turn, and I texted Nicole and I was like, oh no.
And I was like, excellent.
But
I'm gonna get so many T-shirts out of this.
Chat GPT gave me this seriously petty, serious like cereal.
Mhm.
The Kellogg brothers go to war.
Yep.
And I'll tell you my secondary title a little bit later
Okay.
that I came up with. Well, it's not a title, but something that I should have done. All right. John Harvey Kellogg was born on February 26th, 1852, to John Preston Kellogg and his second wife, Anne Staley. That's John on the left up there.
So are these the brothers or is that the dad?
Those are the brothers. They're just photos at different times in their life.
They both look like they need more bran because they look constipated. Maybe that's why they were so fixated on it.
His brother, Will Keith Kellogg, that's the brother, was born 8 years later on April 7th, 1860.
He looks like he doesn't know what joy is.
Yeah. The first guy looks...
He looks like Colonel Sanders.
Mhm. And Will Keith is just like, I hate my life and everything about it.
Also, that lady looks like she's about to swan dive right off that stage.
They were 2 of 17 children fathered by John Preston Kellogg.
17?
Six with his first wife and 11 with Anne Staley, his second wife.
Were those wives sisters like they often were back in the day?
Don't know. I mean, I didn't look. Yeah. John Preston Kellogg, the dad, was involved in different revivalist religious movements during his life, eventually settling on becoming a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It's Adventist, right?
I think so.
It's not Adventist. I think it's Adventist. I meant to look it up. And
yeah. Sidebar though, do you think he sat at a table with Kathy Hilton talking about how he escaped a cult?
Which one? Because depending on which brother you're talking about.
Maybe. For any of you who don't know, I forced Kyla into watching The Real Housewives of
I think
Beverly
everybody
Hills.
knows at this point.
It's hilarious.
I do love Kathy Hilton, though. Like, I just want to be her.
Well, if Monday's a snow day, maybe that's the day I finally get our Guess Who board together.
Ah, yes. So he eventually settles on becoming a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which was founded in Battle Creek in 1863. He raised his family in this religion, and the influence of the church's beliefs would forever change how Americans eat breakfast.
Did we have good breakfast before that? Or
I
was it
mean,
stale bread and
it'll
warm
be up
milk?
to you to decide. Seventh-day Adventists are a Christian denomination whose teachings include observation of the Sabbath on Saturday, the seventh day of the week in the Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
And actually, when I was driving up to Walmart today, I went. I had to go to Erickson, so I went up Bridge Street, and there were people going into that Seventh-day Adventist church.
I've never seen anybody going, probably because I look on Sunday
Mhm.
and I'm
And I was
dumb
like,
and
oh
didn't-
yeah,
I didn't even know we
There
had
they are.
Seventh-day Adventists
Mhm.
around here. Is it Adventai if it's just one of them?
maybe 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Adventist. They also have the belief that the second coming of Christ is imminent and that salvation from sin is possible.
Why does everyone think he's coming back?
I don't know, girl. You're asking the wrong person.
I'm like, it was pretty awful the first time he was here. Why would he want a repeat visit?
Other key beliefs include vegetarianism, not using alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs,
Ugh.
and encouraging conservative dress and social behavior.
Boo. They would have loved me.
I could really get into their beliefs, but that's really
It was
the
like
highlight of what you need
no
to know.
fun conservatism.
Hold on, I got a text from it. Oh, my mom said they already closed the courthouse for Monday. Well, yeah.
Should text her back and ask her if she's still listening to the pod.
No, she has to text me. It's a test. John Preston Kellogg moved the family to Battle Creek to be closer to other Seventh-day Adventists. There, he opened a broom factory.
A broom
A
factory?
broom factory.
And it was like little kids gathering all of those straw pieces and like sewing them together on the end of a broom with their
Like,
tiny
how
little
many people
fingers.
are buying brooms that you can have a whole factory?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming a lot because I see brooms in stores. I've had the same broom for like 10
Well,
years.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, how are you getting customers buying brooms? I mean, I know like today we mass produce them.
Well, my guess though is back in the day, if they were made out of straw, they wore out a lot
Probably.
quicker than with nylon. So you probably had to get a lot more
I
brooms.
didn't deep dive into the broom factory situation.
Well, let me tell you what it was like back in the day when we used straw brooms.
Kyla, they wore out much faster. Believing that Christ's second coming was imminent, John Preston did not feel it necessary for his children to have formal education.
Is that because they're going to go up with
Mm-hmm.
what is it? The stupid shit Reagan talked about
The
all the time.
rapture.
The rapture.
John Harvey, the son, attended public schools only from age 9 to 11 and worked in his father's factory, sorting brooms after he left school. Despite his limited schooling, however, John Harvey was a voracious reader and was offered a job by James and Ellen White, founders of the Seventh-day Adventist movement, as a printer's aide. So he would help them
Okay.
in their print shop or whatever they were doing. It was during this time that he became more familiarized with Ellen White's teachings, particularly on diet and health. So he's helping them set up text for pamphlets and books
Okay,
and things like that.
Be a vegetarian, which back in the day was probably not that common.
No, not at all, because
Like produce, I'm sure, was expensive.
Mhm. John Harvey briefly attended school to become a teacher, but the Whites encouraged him to attend a 6-month course at the Hygiotherapeutic College in New Jersey.
Is that big building?
No.
Okay.
Focusing on hydrotherapy, vegetarian, and natural remedies in line with the shared religious beliefs of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Isn't hydrotherapy what they used to torture people in insane asylums with?
Perhaps.
Is that a
maybe like a half horn, maybe
Okay.
like a toot.
I can toot.
Yeah, I know you can. The school's goal was to develop doctors to work at the Western Health Reform Institute, an Adventist-inspired wellness center in Battle Creek.
That sounds aggressive.
John Harvey went on to study medicine at the University of Michigan and the Bellevue Hospital Medical College in New York City, graduating with a medical degree in 1875.
Which is very different, guys, than it is now
Yeah.
to graduate with a medical. He probably had the same schooling as Mulholland over there making his dam.
Well, he went to this hygiotherapeutic college first, then went to medical school after. So I'm sure his teachers were like, "Would you just shut up?"
I wonder if he also attended that university in the haunted town I did the pod on in Wisconsin.
The Pratt Institute,
Uh-huh.
not to be confused with the Pratt Institute of Brooklyn. That
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute.
I thought they were reputable.
The following year, he became medical director of the Western Health Reform Institute, renaming it the Battle Creek Medical Surgical Sanitarium in 1877.
So, have quack beliefs, attend medical school, 2 years out of medical school, become the head of a hospital.
Also, you're 25 years old.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be like, did everyone else die of tuberculosis and he was the last one left?
Yeah. And I do want to note the name is sanitarium, not sanatorium.
Okay.
That's a distinction.
Because it was about cleanliness, I'm assuming,
Yes,
not
that's
insanity.
exactly right. He described it as, quote, a composite physiologic method comprising hydrotherapy, phototherapy, thermotherapy, electrotherapy, mechanotherapy, dietetics, physical culture, cold air cure, and health training, end quote.
So this is when tuberculosis is really bad because they would send people to places like this to try to cure. Isn't this also what that movie All About Water or something was about?
There is a movie about this, and it's called the Road to Wellville.
Okay.
I don't know about any other movies. That doesn't mean there isn't any.
Yeah.
But Anthony Hopkins stars as John Harvey Kellogg, and I
Okay.
remember. I think Nathan Lane is in it. Maybe
Well,
maybe
I'll
Matthew
find
Broderick.
I'll
yeah,
find
there's
the link and put it on the
there. So
on the
there's a movie,
website.
and of course it's very Hollywoodized, and I think it
Yeah.
leans a little bit more towards comedy.
Well, I mean, with what happens, you kind of have to. Otherwise, it's ugh.
Mhm. In 1879, his brother, businessman Will Kellogg, returned from his broom factory job in Dallas, Texas to help run the sanitarium.
So counting brooms means that I am eligible to run
Yep.
a medical facility.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he was so good at his dad's broom factory that, like, literally someone hired him to come help their broom factory in Dallas.
So the theme for this week is underqualified people getting jobs they shouldn't be having.
That's one of several undercurrent of theme that continues to follow through my story.
Okay.
And you'll find out the others here soon enough, unfortunately.
Her favorite things.
At the
I'm gonna get ChatGPT to make a picture of Kyla surrounded by her favorite things.
Oh, that's a Chat GPT reminded me of that we should probably talk about the beef keeping your secrets.
Oh yes.
We're gonna take a little side trip detour here for just a second.
So Leah and Ben, I was chatting with them this week, and Leah had a dream that it was me and Ben and Leah and David, and we were all together somewhere, and that all three of us, you, me, and Ben, were going on a hike, and we had baggies on them. And on the baggies, we had written, "This beef will hold our secrets."
Yeah, it was like prepackaged beef pieces in a gravy or something.
Yeah, it was like beefsteaks
Yeah.
in gravy.
The beef will keep our secrets.
The beef will keep our secrets. So I asked ChatGPT to make a sign, and it's a
Yeah.
little grim and a little funny. I will post
Yeah,
it.
we'll post it. And everyone who hasn't listened is going to be like, what in the hell is happening? But I was laughing very hard when you told me that.
I was like, oh, she's super high right now. Also, every time I make beef, that's what I'm going to be
Mhm.
thinking about.
At the facility, patients were encouraged to partake in low-fat, low-protein vegetarian diets.
That's unhealthy.
Yeah, compared to what we know now. Exposure to fresh air, sunlight, and regular exercise, including calisthenics, swimming, and post-meal marching to aid digestion.
But also, we have to remember, like, their exercise wasn't like CrossFit.
No, and that's the lady there is leading some outdoor exercises.
It's very much like when you see, like, in movies, like, all the little Asian children are,
Mhm.
like and they're, like, doing the stretches and everything.
It's
that
it's
kind of
low
exercise.
impact.
It's more Tai Chi than
Yeah,
CrossFit.
you might be doing some jumping jacks here and there,
Yeah.
but it's more about moving than
Yeah.
like weight training or
I mean,
anything.
if a lady in a corset can do it.
Yeah. Hydrotherapy was very common. Various baths, applications of wet sheets. And
That
you-
is so gross. I would
I
hate
know.
everything
I
about
know,
that.
the thought of a cold, wet sheet being on me
Wrapped
just like
around
it
me.
makes my skin
Ugh.
crawl. And use of douches and enemas were widespread.
Well, I mean, you know what the treatment for hysteria in women was.
The hydrotherapy buildings at the compound, and that's the main building there. This was a huge place.
Also, I'm guessing that their douches were probably just like white vinegar or
Ugh.
something.
It wasn't even summer's eve.
Just gross.
The hydrotherapy buildings had rooms, quote, devoted to rectal and bowel applications of water.
And you know they weren't sanitizing that shit.
No, literally.
Literally. It's like having Bink walking around
my
that
God.
place. Just like turds flying everywhere.
It's like walking into your house after the dogs have been left
Yeah.
alone.
Turd City. Molly somehow managed to get them outside of her diaper in some mysterious
Uh-huh.
way.
It's like a little turd Houdini.
Like, what the hell, Molly?
Dr. Kellogg had a strong belief that intestinal bacteria was directly related to the presence of disease, which is kind of right, but
But
in the wrong way.
But like, you need to have some bacteria in your intestines, otherwise, it's bad.
Mhm. After water enemas, patients would receive a pint of yogurt. Half was eaten, and the other half was administered rectally.
Gross. Is that why you go through so much yogurt during the week?
That's why I have 10 yogurts when there's only 5 work days.
Uh-huh. So like one's for the top side, one's for the bottom side. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, and that's why I buy 2 different flavors.
Uh-huh. Vanilla for the bottom side, fruit for the top side.
So administered rectally, quote, thus planting the protective germs where they are most needed and may render most effective service, end quote. So again, he's kind of there, but also not really.
It's an enclosed system. If you leave it the fuck alone, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the real answer is to not shoot cannons of water up people's asses.
Yeah, unsanitary
Yeah.
cannons of water. No wonder they do.
Oh yeah, because this is just like tap water.
Yeah, not even like mineral water from the earth. They just like grabbed it with a bucket and dragged it inside.
Pond water. The sanitarium became the ultimate wellness destination for the rich and famous. Former patients include Thomas Edison, Amelia Earhart, Warren G. Harding, J.C. Penney, Henry Ford, Mary Todd Lincoln, and Sojourner Truth.
You couldn't pay me enough to go to one of these places. I mean, I'll go and like look at other people doing it, but I am not participating.
You're not going to go do some post-meal marches and get a yogurt cleansing enema?
No. I mean, if I eat some yogurt, there's going to be something happening, but I won't need an enema.
In addition to the treatment areas of the sanitarium, it had research facilities and a test kitchen where Dr. Kellogg's wife, Ella, also worked on developing vegetarian foods and meat replacement products that were nutritious and palatable.
So she was trying to make a Beyond Burger.
Mm-hmm. The Kellogg's also championed a bland diet in accordance with the Adventist goal of reducing arousal, sexual stimulation, and masturbation. The look on Nicole's face right now.
Some more of your favorite things.
Okay.
Also, why didn't they just go to India where there's already a vast vegetarian diet?
Because it's not bland in India. It's delicious and tasty.
Oh, they want to take all the joy out. This is actually probably where I should be eating because my baby mouth and my delicate tummy could handle it.
Yeah, I made dinner tonight and I put a spoonful. So I made this huge pot of like pork and noodles and bok choy, and there's a broth, and I put a spoonful of
peppers,
like chili paste in it. It was too hot.
I was like, oh, my mouth's burning.
The similar teachings to the Adventists of Sylvester Graham, a Presbyterian minister who is considered the father of vegetarianism in the United States, also influenced the Kellogg's dietary beliefs.
I mean, that makes sense.
What did Sylvester Graham invent?
Oh, God, let me think.
If he's wanting people to eat bland foods, and his last name is Graham.
Graham crackers?
Mm-hmm.
I love a good graham cracker.
I know. And he would be really mad that you're enjoying a graham cracker.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These were supposed to be like boring.
I love a good honey graham.
Oh, you know what's so good when I'm 5 years old is like a little thing of apple juice and some graham crackers.
Uh-huh. Even better if you get like the cinnamon sugar graham crackers.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be enjoying those.
No joy, no bliss, no masturbation.
In 1890, the Kellogg brothers founded the Sanitas Food Company as a means to develop, market, and sell the dietary products they used at the facility. The products were only sold to former patients by mail order. They produced a caffeine-free, grain-based coffee substitute. Like, why bother?
I'll just have tea, thank you.
Granola products, peanut butter.
Okay.
And Nuttos, which was a peanut-based meat alternative.
So kind of like seitan.
Yeah. And Protos, which was a later meat substitute, similar to what's available today. So kind of the precursor to Beyond and Impossible.
Yeah.
It had other stuff in it.
Yeah.
Various
nuts
and legumes and lentils and crap like that. John Kellogg was a strong proponent of nuts, believing they would save humanity as food supplies decreased in the future.
Well, he was a nut, so there's a reason why he liked them.
While the exact details remain up for debate, in 1894, the Kellogg brothers and/or Ella, John's wife, invented cornflakes.
Okay. Boring cornflakes.
Uh-huh.
Unless you put sugar coating on them, I don't want them.
And there's like fights about who actually invented it.
Oh, I'm sure these two brothers fought to the death
Mhm.
about this.
Because everyone's trying to take credit.
Well, and I'm sure there was money on the line.
Mhm.
They
Reg-
could have just said, we both did, let's split it.
They could have, but they didn't.
Nope, because I want to fight so nobody gets anything.
Regardless of the history, the new method of making flaked cereal would change the food world forever, and a patent for flaked cereals and process of preparing same was filed in 1895.
I mean, I assume they just kind of take little globs of dough and flatten them and bake them.
Yeah, there was something, some people said that John was trying to make like some type of bread, and he left the dough out and it kind of dried, and then
Yeah.
they ran it through some rollers to see what would happen, and then the brother was tasked with like duplicating it, but it's like
Seems like a lot of work.
but John Harvey was the only person named on that patent.
So before this point, was there like cold cereals, or was it just like oatmeal if you wanted cereal?
It was really just hold that thought for like
Okay.
4 more sentences.
Once again, I'm ahead of the
Yep.
game here.
His brother Will often claimed that it was he, Will, and not Ella.
So Will is mustache, or
Will is on the right. Will is the younger brother.
so
He's
the one who looks
businessman.
constipated.
Mhm.
Okay. She didn't label this guy, so I'm trying to keep up
Yeah,
here.
I know. I'm sorry that there's 2 people on the board that you cannot keep straight.
They're two.
And then they're in order of age.
They're both unhappy looking
John,
men
Will.
with the most boring names and the most boring diet I've ever heard of.
So Will said that it was him, not John's wife Ella, who worked with John on the invention, and that he deserved more credit than what he was given.
So first of all, he didn't want a woman to get more credit than him.
No.
And second of all, he had the fear of being forgotten as the second son.
In the first year after this patent and this development, a flaked wheat cereal was marketed and sold as Granos. And that's a picture of what the box of Granos looked like. So this is really the first cold breakfast cereal available.
I am guessing that Granos is very gritty.
And disgusting.
Like no flavor.
Yeah.
Do they know they're supposed to put milk on it?
Yes. So
Okay.
they know that. They continued to experiment on the product, and in 1898, the first batch of Sanitas toasted cornflakes was sold. So they finally...
But this doesn't have frosting on it.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, no.
Not interested.
No, they want it bland, remember? John only permitted sales of their products to current and former patients. Will, the more business-minded of the brothers, saw an opportunity to mass market and sell the product as a healthy alternative to the usual breakfasts of the time, which were eggs and meat for the wealthy, or porridge, gruel, and other boiled grains for the poor.
Okay. I mean, I do like a nice oatmeal.
I like an oatmeal. I don't
Little
want
honey.
it every single day.
No. But I also don't want like meat and like eggs every
Yeah.
single day either. We all know that Kyla wants yogurt on top, yogurt on bottom.
Shut up. Oh my God.
That's the picture I'm
Only
gonna
on weekdays, Nicole.
that is the picture I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to make, and I'm gonna put it up on the wall in here.
When we were at Costco over the summer, I found an 18-pack of yogurt, and I was very excited to buy it. And Nicole's like, that's going to last you forever. I was like, no, this is going to last me 9 working days. Like, I eat 2 yogurts per
I'm
day.
like, that is insanity.
Eat is the key word.
Eat.
That's how I
In
get on
air
my...
quotes.
No, I was not air quoting. That's how I get my 30 grams of protein for breakfast.
Ugh.
And I'm already a third of the way done with my day.
I drink my breakfast, and it's
Yeah,
not.
of course you do.
It's not one. As soon as it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, nope. It's a protein shake. It's a meal replacement. It's a vegetarian, non-dairy protein shake.
Sounds like rosé to me.
I could make you that high protein martini that I
Oh,
sent
gross.
you.
The Buffalo Wild Wings martini, that's disgusting. Will also knew of the commercial potential for the patented flaking process and wanted to keep it secret. John, however, would let anyone observe how the thin, crispy flakes were made.
So John is the nicer of the two, but a little bit of an imbecile.
And John's the one who's in charge. John's the
Yeah.
doctor in charge of the facility. Will is helping him run it.
I'm going to use doctor in air quotes here.
Agreed. John would go on to say, quote, "I desire to make clear that the food business I have been carrying on is a part of my general scheme to propagate the ideas of health and biological living. Otherwise, I should not have engaged in it as a commercial enterprise, but I have carried it on as part of the general philanthropic work in which I was engaged," end quote.
He's
So-
like the first MLM.
I mean, it's mail order, but he's not like recruiting people. He's like, you can only order it from me.
Okay, so they don't get other people
No.
to recruit other people
No,
to
no.
come here. Okay.
No, and he's like, I don't care who knows about this because I want everyone to be healthy.
Okay, so he's doing it for the love of the game.
Yes.
And the other guy's like, money.
Uh-huh. Later, Will proposed the addition of sugar to the flakes to make them more palatable.
Yes. Thank you. That's where the money's at.
But John vehemently disagreed.
Well, I got bad news for him. Frosted Flakes are probably one of the best-selling cereals of all times.
The feud between the brothers wasn't the only cereal-related drama going on, however.
Oh, no. What are your other favorite things we're going to talk about?
Following a second mental breakdown, in 1891, C.W. Post spent 6 months at the sanitarium.
Wait, so the other cereal maker had a mental breakdown? Okay, I'm here for this tea. I want to know about the breakdown. What was it about?
Well, it was his second one.
Okay, but what were they about?
I don't know.
It's
It's not important to this story.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up and add it to the website. I'm Googling it.
While he's not doing cereal before he's there.
Yeah.
So while he's at the sanitarium, Post observed the manufacturing processes and made note of the foods at the facility and would go on to found Postum Cereal Company, later Post Cereals, in 1895, selling similar foods as those that he ate at the sanitarium. So basically he's ripping them off.
So, C.W. Post suffered from severe mental breakdowns, specifically nervous exhaustion, driven by chronic overwork, intense financial stress, and physical health issues, including stomach disorders. He had exhaustion during his work as a farm machinery manufacturer and later in Texas as a real estate developer. Several of his businesses failed. So he was probably on the hook for a lot of
Mhm.
money. He also just had like major depressive disorder.
Well, by 1900, his cereal company was making $3 million a year, which is $116 million today.
He kind of looks like Woody Harrelson.
Mm-hmm. On his ripped off foods.
Theft.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you that younger brother was so pissed.
He even released his own version of cornflakes, Post Toasties, in 1904.
Did they have sugar on them so they were better?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had Post Toasties.
Let's look
He
it
also
up.
opened his own sanitarium in Battle Creek.
Oh, like a competing sanitarium.
So he's ripped them off. He's copying everything they do and opens his own sanitarium.
Post Toasty cereals.
I think they're
You
probably
can
plain.
buy a box for $700 on eBay. And it does not look sugary. And there's also, it's very racist looking.
Oh, yep.
It's like a corn cob and a very ethnic looking person from the Americas and a tomahawk. So take from that what you will. And it's not great.
From the Americas.
From the Americas. I'm trying to be PC here. Only one of us is getting canceled today, Kyla, and it's not going to be me.
And a tomahawk. Dear readers, have you figured it out?
I'm not the one shoving yogurt up my ass.
Oh
over
my
here,
God, I'm not either.
I'm only lasering my face.
In the early 1900s, more than 40 cereal companies had jumped on the success of the Kellogg brothers and Post and entered the market. While John Kellogg was solely focused on changing American dietary habits, brother Will went on to buy the rights to the flake cereal manufacturing process and founded the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company in 1906.
Okay.
Will's like, I've had enough of your shit.
Yeah. Get out of here, old
Yeah,
man.
I don't care about people being healthy. I want to get that bag.
Yeah. I hate to admit it, but I'm kind of with Will on this one.
Yeah. He's like, people can still be healthy, but we can also make a shitload of
Like,
money on this.
both things can be true at the
Mhm.
same time. Like this pod could become a success and we make a lot of money, but it's still fun.
I thought you were going to say terrible.
Oh, it's going to be that too. Like, do you know how long it would take me to train an actual technician to do this the same way that
Yeah,
I do
because
it?
they're like, this is against everything I've ever learned.
But I'm just over there with a ruler, just hitting them in the hands until they do it.
They're like, but we can make it sound better. And you're like, no,
No, I don't want it to sound better. I want it to
I
sound
want the
same.
intro to only come through the right headphone.
I want it to blast you out, and then I want it to lure you close to the
Yeah.
speaker and then blast you again.
I lost my spot. That's never happened. Okay. The company would later become Kellogg's, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
By 1909, 120,000 cases, so it's 12
Mm-hmm.
boxes in a case. I was gonna say bottles because I'm a drunk. Wine bottles in a case.
Like she's just like, nope. I can only count bottles.
120,000 cases of cornflakes were being produced each day. John was still running the Sanitas company, that's the food company based at the sanitarium.
You should have made me homemade fried chicken with cornflakes on it for dinner.
Girl, I wasn't going to make you homemade fried chicken last week, and I'm not making you homemade fried chicken this week.
God damn it! That's my new mission, to get you to agree to make me homemade fried chicken.
If I didn't already have pork loin, you were getting cereal for dinner.
I told you yesterday I want a real sweet treat. I don't want cereal.
I got you a real sweet
She
treat.
did. She got me chocolate cake, even though she hates chocolate
Yeah.
cake. A little pick me up.
Yeah. So the brothers had a 14-year legal battle over use of the Kellogg name, which both brothers were using to market and sell their products.
Well, I can understand that's confusing.
Because one's doing it as the Sanitas company and one's doing it as the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company.
They're both terrible names.
Yes. In 1920, the Michigan Supreme Court ruled that Will Kellogg, younger brother,
Uh-huh.
had full rights to the Kellogg name for both domestic and international use.
So basically, Judge Brittany decided this.
Yep.
She's like, hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah. Oye, oye.
Banging that gavel that she loves to use.
She sure was in her white barrister
Uh-huh.
wig. Yep.
The googly eyes on the gavel.
John Kellogg continued to run the sanitarium. In 1902, it was destroyed by a fire. Leadership.
Like on purpose for insurance money?
No,
Or-
I think
oh,
just like on accident.
just bad design.
Well, yeah.
I would think with all that hydrotherapy,
You would think.
nothing would burn. And I'm assuming asbestos.
Leadership of the Seventh-day Adventists were initially against rebuilding, claiming it had become worldly and business-oriented.
Worldly, that's cult language
Mhm.
right there.
Kellogg published a book, The Living Temple, and used the proceeds to help finance reconstruction of the institution. But the book was criticized by the General Council of the Adventists and by Ellen White herself as being heretical and pantheistic. And
I'm looking at the Living Temple.
that is a picture of after the fire, after it was rebuilt.
I mean, it's an impressive looking
It's
building.
big, yeah. In
Oh.
1907, oh, did you find it? Are we going to get a copy?
Well, this is just like on Wikipedia, but I bet you
It kind of looks a little more like a pamphlet than a book.
I can buy a new version, but I want the old version.
I mean,
This might be an eBay thing.
there's got to be like a Google Books digital copy.
No, I want to put it up on top.
In 1907, John Kellogg was disfellowshipped from the Seventh-day Adventists.
Oh,
Mhm.
he did bad
That's the same as
things.
being excommunicated if you're a Catholic, or I don't know what the other terms are for other denominations. But he maintained control of the sanitarium and continued to promote health and wellness beliefs shared by the Adventists.
It's like $205 to get
Mm-mm.
a good book. Oh, or to get that one, it is $10,000.
No,
So we
no,
are not
thank you.
getting that. Don't want it that bad.
In
But I
addition,
like him a little bit more now that he's been excommunicated. That makes him a little more interesting.
hold that thought, Nicole.
Oh no!
He might become your favorite person.
Did he like burn everything to the ground? Did he just go scorched earth?
In addition to his work at the sanitarium, he was a practicing physician and surgeon. He specialized in gynecologic and intestinal related procedures.
Wait a minute, is this why he's gonna be my favorite person, you monster?
And he developed many tools for these surgeries, so he was an inventor as well.
Did he have any role in the development of your namesake?
No.
Okay.
She's talking about various IUDs with names similar to Kyla or
Kalina.
Kylina or Skyla or
Yeah.
Kylina or whatever.
You know, things that burrow babies out of uteruses. Her favorite thing.
We should have your
Abortions.
coworker Morena on here though.
Yes.
Like she needs to meet like me and Rube out somewhere and Morena and we're like, hey, we're the trio.
Yep. Well, Marina really likes socializing and she like so that would really be up her alley.
She also probably really likes when people refer to her as being like an
An
IUD.
IUD. The first time I met her though, it was nice because I was like, is it Marina or Morena? And I was like where you keep boats is what I chose to go with. Because I was like debating how I'm gonna say this.
He also developed various apparatus used in the sanitarium.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah.
Kinky.
He experienced the overcast skies of Michigan winters and created the first incandescent light bath and radiant heat baths.
Also, he was in Lower Michigan.
I know. I'm like, bitch, please.
So he doesn't know what 30 days a night fucking
No.
looks like.
He also patented his colonic irrigator.
Is this like a power hose for
Yeah.
your anus?
Sure is. Which measured fluid input, output, and pressure during enema treatments.
So in my mind, I'm picturing like a rubber hose attached to one of those big flue pumps that you use to like get fire
Like a
stoked.
bellows.
Uh-huh. And it's just like rocketing it right up and it like tickles your brain.
You're not that far off. These were used to shoot gallons of water
Gallons.
into the rectums of patients, often several people at the same time. So you would just have like
a bunch of people ass up.
yeah, I would hope there's curtains in between, but I don't know for sure. And it's just like getting pounded with water up your ass.
Also, you're all eating a lot of fiber. Why do you need so many enemas? If I ate that much corn or bran, I'd be shitting my brains out. There is zero chance that I would need an enema.
Yeah.
Or that much yogurt for that matter.
Let me take a wine drink before I move on here because this is where it's really going to go.
Ooh, okay, I'm ready. And I don't even know what kind of quippy things I want to say, so it's going to be on the fly.
And our dear readers, because they don't see my, our stories written here, I don't write mine out like a script. I read it. I have my, it's like more like a narrative. Nicole's is a straight script.
Mine's a script because I'm very proud of myself when I'm in a sassy mood and I'm writing it.
But just for this one, I had to put some script like writing in here.
Is this going to bring me back to episode 1?
No. Well, maybe. No.
Don't breathe when you're reading.
Of course, this wouldn't be a buzzed and baffled story if everyone was awesome.
Tell me about your favorite things, Kyla.
I swear to God that when I started writing this, I did not know it was going to go in this direction.
I cannot wait. Oh, God. Lay it on me.
This was supposed to be lighthearted, like a break from our last couple heavy ones.
Did he like grind children up and put them into the cereal or what?
Of course, as I continued to scroll through Wikipedia, things got worse. I cannot escape. And for the record, this is in my script. This is not one of my favorite things, Nicole.
I will be the judge of that. Maybe I'll make
I can't even.
maybe I'll make it your campaign slogan when you finally run for office.
Nope. In 1913, John Harvey Kellogg founded, the Race Betterment Foundation in conjunction with prominent eugenicists Irving Fisher and Charles Davenport.
So eugenics is one of your favorite things because this is the second story that you have
I think it's
focused
like
on.
the third
It is the third story. So you have talked
in a
about it
row.
thrice.
When I saw that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
So Kyla,
I was supposed to do a dumb story about
so
cornflakes.
Kyla believes in eugenics
Oh
because she
my God,
can't
no, I do
stop
not.
talking
Oh my God.
about it. So tell me which people you want to get rid of the
Oh
most.
my God, Nicole, shut up.
Is it a particular ethnic group? Or is it like an intelligence level? Like, what are we talking about here?
When I saw
Or
this,
is it just me?
it might be just you. But when I saw this, I was like, no fucking way. Get out of here with that. This was supposed to be a dumb story about cornflakes and brothers fighting over cereal.
Well, the good news is that you can't kill evil. We just change form. So I'll come back in some other cereal form.
Kellogg's Battle Creek Sanitarium Food Company, the successor to the Sanitas Food Company.
So he didn't deserve to get the Kellogg's name because he believed in eugenics.
So this is the older brother who's not using the
So I'm
Kellogg's name.
assuming only rich white people got to go to his sanitarium.
Yep. So after he's no longer allowed to use the Kellogg's name.
Is that the reason the younger one hated him, or is because he was stupid and didn't know how to monetize?
Yeah, I think it was just about money. So he changed the name of his food. The Sanitas Food Company became the Battle Creek Sanitarium Food Company, which is not a better name.
No, that's terrible. Also, how do you fit that on a box?
I know, but that was the major funding source for the Race Betterment Foundation.
Well, I'm glad to know that because it probably didn't get very far.
The purpose of the foundation was to promote a eugenicist agenda and focused on racial hygiene, a belief that races were hierarchical and lower races would contaminate higher races.
Why do you think like this, Kyla?
Oh my God, Nicole, will you shut up? You know, I really thought you were going to rag on John Harvey Kellogg.
No, obviously not.
But I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, he's terrible. And then you just, like, Kyla, what?
Why would I not take this golden platter
I know.
you're
I
handing
know.
me? This is like Christmas to me.
I know. I wish you could have seen the look on my face when I was like, fucking John Kellogg is a eugenicist, and I have to put that in my story.
So now the photo I'm going to ask ChatGPT
Oh,
to
no.
make
No,
is going
no.
to be you with a yogurt enema, like holding a eugenics
No.
sign.
You're going to get me, like, fired. Like, my driver's license is going to be taken away.
No, there's going to be a tiny little asterisk, and then underneath is going to say Kyla does not actually believe in
A
eugenics.
tiny little asterisk.
That's going to be in like 0.25 font.
Legally, it's there.
But yes, both you and John are terrible
Oh my
for
God,
believing in
shut
eugenics.
up.
Kyla doesn't, in public, believe
Oh
in
my,
eugenics.
Nicole.
Okay.
He, not me, was heavily in favor of racial segregation in the USA and was very anti-immigrant. During the first national
But
conference.
also, like back then, that was also like the Irish.
Oh, yeah.
So like the Italians. So like
Mhm.
other European
Yeah, like
nations.
other
Other white European.
white people,
Yeah.
really. I mean, if you're not, you know.
But if you weren't from like France, Germany, or
Mhm.
England, you didn't count then.
Yep. Yeah, and even Germany was like a little.
It's history, people. Pay attention.
Yep, exactly. Pay attention to what I'm telling you, not what Nicole is saying. So during the first national conference of
Maybe just a little bit.
of the Race Betterment Foundation held in 1914, Kellogg raised the idea of a eugenics registry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's really bad. Like,
Mhm.
he is so much worse than some of the other people you talked about.
I know.
The nice, friendly-looking Colonel Sanders man is a
Mhm.
monster.
And the constipated one, I don't know if he was a eugenicist. I didn't read anything about it.
If he was,
just made
he
all
knew
that
to keep his goddamn
he
mouth
just made
shut.
all that cereal money.
Yeah. He didn't need to be eugenics. He was rich as
Mhm.
fuck.
The registry was established in 1915 at the second national conference of the foundation in conjunction with the Eugenics Records Office, a research organization dedicated to gathering biological and social information about the American people.
And when they say biological, I'm assuming they're talking about narratives. They're not just like walking around like cutting people's hair off.
Right.
Okay.
The goal of the registry was to make an inventory and record the socially important hereditary traits and tendencies of the individual,
Sweet Jesus.
to point out, as far as possible, the conditions under which these traits and tendencies may express themselves in succeeding generations. So, hey, if you're both blue-eyed, your kids and all their kids are going to be blue-eyed as long as you keep marrying blue-eyed people.
Ask the Hatbergs how
The
that
Habsburg,
went.
yeah.
Pretty soon you can't close your mouth and you're
Uh-huh.
cross-eyed.
It was also to contribute to the growth and spread of our knowledge of the natural inheritance in man, and to assist in the maintenance and increase of natural endowments to combat race decay. And that's like straight from their
So is MAGA like really pro cornflakes and we just don't know
probably.
it? Fucking Nazis.
The third national conference of the Race Betterment Foundation was held in 1928 after
I'm also picturing like 10 people showing up to this.
I wish it was only 10.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
After being delayed due to World War I. Clarence Little.
So they were like building up to be supporters of the Nazis in World War II in this whole thing.
Pretty much.
Great.
Clarence Little, then the president of the University of Michigan, presided over the conference.
Good Lord. Bet you they keep that one not on the front of their pamphlets for students.
Let's ask David if he knows about Clarence Little.
David, when you were at U of M, did you have to go to eugenics meetings? I mean, if he's going to be your husband, he probably had to.
The Fitter Family campaign came about as a result of this third conference and promoted the teaching of eugenics to young adults so they could become familiar with their own personal eugenics history and make better decisions when choosing dates or spouses.
I'm not giving you the crown. I earned that, but you're like you're inching toward it.
I know. But you just had to pause, and I was like, I might have it. I might have it.
No,
back.
not yet. I can still laugh about it. I'm waiting for him to like grind up like little minority children and like put them in the cornflakes because that doesn't count as meat or something.
Well, if that's what you're waiting for, I'm not going to get the crown. A fourth
It's the only way I'm giving it up.
Okay. He grown up babies and put them in cornflakes.
You just want my crown, Kyla.
A fourth conference was planned but got delayed by the Depression and World War II. After the war and the atrocities practiced by the Nazis, eugenics and racial hygiene were no longer considered to be acceptable academic topics.
Obviously, because that's not science.
Yeah, but up until this point, you had prominent people all across the country.
Well, right now we have prominent people all across the country who were super racist.
But these conferences would have, and they were academic in nature. It wasn't just like a bunch of.
It was like pretending to be academic in nature.
I mean, they thought it was academic in nature.
Because this is like, it's fucking pseudoscience.
Yeah, but they would go there and it would just be like any other conference you'd go to today for, I don't know, the American Society of whatever.
If I was ever at a conference and the speaker got up and it was like, white people, eh? Brown people, nay. I'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm going to clip that just that.
This is why you don't have access to what's happening here.
And that's every time you text me.
No. Well, I'm going to find the clip of you talking about what's that brand again?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So John Kellogg, Colonel Sanders' bad guy,
Boo, John Kellogg.
was also a proponent of,
I think we need to get a picture of him up with the wall of villains right
probably.
there.
You're probably going to want to agree with him. Or with
I'm like, what?
No, that's not what I meant. You're probably going to I'm probably going to agree with you.
Okay.
He was also a proponent of forced sterilization
Jesus Christ.
of mentally defective persons.
Okay, so 2 stories in a row
I know.
about this.
I know, and I was like, what? Like, come on.
This is a little bit worse than I thought the Kellogg story. I thought we were just going to be talking about how they treated the people in the sanitarium.
Oh, no.
It wasn't great.
Well, and the people were there voluntarily. They were paying people. It wasn't like when we were talking about the Napa or the Sonoma SDC where people lived there because they could not.
But also, like, the conditions were not ideal.
Yeah. But this work towards forced sterilization, he continued while a member of the state board of health.
Good God. John!
He also helped to enact Michigan's forced sterilization law, which went into effect in 1923.
That is really late. Because remember
I
when
know.
we looked up and we like how advanced was Michigan in this? And I used the term advanced in like the bad way.
And resulted in the involuntary sterilization of 3,786 documented people. That's documented because I'm sure the number's way higher.
You, sir, are a monster. He should have been sterilized.
In his 90s, while still running the sanitarium, John attempted to reconcile with his brother Will, writing him a letter to reopen their relationship.
Did Will tell him to kick rocks?
Well, John's secretary read the letter before sending it and decided that he had demeaned himself in it and took it upon herself not to mail it out.
Good for her. Suck it, John.
John died in 1943 before Will ever saw the letter.
What did he say when he saw the letter?
I don't know.
You didn't look?
So,
first of all, no color photos.
Okay.
I know.
That's why I only do old-timey stories, so I only have to print out black and white
Second
photos.
of all, I have to hear about your favorite topic the 3rd week in a row.
John, okay, so he died before his brother ever saw the letter. John left his entire estate to the Race Betterment Foundation.
What is also like $12 though?
Well, I mean, he was still fairly wealthy. I mean, it was like a pay,
Please tell me the Race Betterment Foundation is now defunct.
It is. Fortunately, by 1967,
67? Oh my God.
The foundation only had $492.87 in assets, prompting the state of Michigan to close it and indict the trustees for misuse of funds. So they weren't indicted because they were horrible people. They were indicted because they spent all the money.
They were embezzling and stupid shit. Well, I'm glad though. Just like Capone, you get people where you can get them. It doesn't matter, like, why.
Yeah.
Justice is justice.
Yep. Will Kellogg would continue to run Kellogg's with his son, John L. Kellogg. Cornflakes were the first cereal to feature a premium, which was kind of the proof of purchase thing. So in this case, if you bought 2 boxes of cornflakes, you could get a copy of the funny Jungle Land moving pictures book. So you send in your 2 UPCs and you get something back in the mail.
It was like the precursor to like the treat in the box.
Exactly. That offer continued for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kellogg's was also the first company to introduce toys in cereal boxes.
I watched like a documentary about like how the cereal like game changed in like the 1950s and 60s. It was quite interesting, actually.
Later, Will forced his son out of the business after John L., his son, divorced his wife and remarried an employee. And I think this is really the reason why he got kicked out. John L. also got interested in oat-based products, which Will specifically forbade.
So, eugenics, fine. Oat-based products, nay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will eventually left his controlling interest in the company to his W.K. Kellogg Foundation, and he died in 1951.
So, like, my uncle, the one who I had to block on
Mhm.
everything because he took a turn
Yeah.
within the last couple of years, worked for Kellogg's. And he would, like, travel the world to, like, try to find, like, interesting ingredients and flavors, and I think he worked on Pop-Tarts mainly, if I remember.
Hmm.
Can't have Pop-Tarts now.
And so that's my main story, but I do have a side note here.
Okay. Is it more about your favorite things? Read it, Kyla.
During research for this pod, I came across a name that sort of rang a bell, but I wasn't sure.
You were like, "This is
I was like,
familiar," and
Nicole Ubik? No. And that name was Luther S. West.
Okay.
I then remembered that that was the namesake of a building in which I spent most of my college career at NMU, the West Science Building.
Mhm.
All my science classes were there, labs, everything. It turns out Luther West was a eugenicist and a member of the Race Betterment Foundation, who also headed the biology department at NMU in the 1940s.
Northern Michigan, I am ashamed of
Mhm.
you.
The building name was changed in 2022 after evidence of his eugenics work surfaced.
Oh, good. So they're like, absolutely not.
And I remember because there was New Science and West Science. New Science just, of course, didn't have a donor yet.
I'm like, so, like, you think it'd be New Science, Old Science?
But and I guess I never really I thought it was West Science, like the direction west.
Well, yeah, because you don't think, like, who is this building or what
Mhm.
is this building named after?
But then it wasn't last time I was driving through or something, or I saw something, I was like, "Oh, they changed the name of West Science."
Mm.
But it didn't dawn on me because I literally thought it was West for direction and someone sent a bunch of money.
Were you not as deep in the eugenics game
Oh my
then?
God.
So, like, you weren't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I wasn't up to speed on my history.
You were still
But I was
getting
like and
acclimated
and
to
he
it.
was, he took over the Race Betterment Foundation as part of that Fitter Families thing, or
Yeah.
they would have, like, beautiful baby competitions.
Ugh.
Uh-huh. And I'm
In the
like,
same
Luther
way
S.
that
West, that sounds familiar.
in the same way that, like, the Epstein files had beautiful baby
Mhm.
competitions with that photography company.
Yeah. But fortunately, NMU has changed the name. I can't remember what they changed it to. But when I was looking it up,
Did they do research to make sure it's not tied to eugenics?
I think it's just something generic now, like science building or something. I
It's
don't know.
like beakers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Beakers are us.
Yes.
But when I was reading it, so the student newspaper at Northern is called the North Wind. Lana, quit scratching at the door. And there were people, and I assume this was Luther West's grandson, perhaps,
Mhm.
who were saying his legacy is being erased. And I'm like, bitch, he was a eugenicist. He doesn't get to have a legacy.
No, your grandfather's legacy is awful
Yeah.
and it deserves
There
to
were
be
people who
erased.
were against this.
I'm like, so you'll believe in this
Mhm.
then?
And Northern was like, absolutely not. They're like,
Good. They're like,
Yeah.
we don't play this game.
yeah. So, again,
But
not
also,
my favorite thing.
they only did that when it came out that he was a eugenicist.
Yeah. And I don't know at what point. I don't know when the building was named that. I don't know
Yeah.
who, because it was
I'm
already
sure
that was already
it was
done.
like the 60s or something.
Yeah, that was already done before I went there. And like I said, I thought it was literally west, like
It was
the
like
direction.
what, 2015 when you were there?
2004 to 2009. But that's where all the main science classes were. So when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, God damn it.
Okay.
But yeah, not my favorite thing.
So
I just wanted to talk about some cornflakes, but
can I make a request that your next story isn't about eugenics?
I have it halfway written and fingers crossed because I know where it's going. There should not
Yeah.
be any surprises in my next story.
So I'm going to give you a choice for next week. Do you want to look at the similarities and differences between orangutans and Bink or a story of mistaken identities?
Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Like in one, you get to tell your favorite Bink stories.
I mean, you're still gonna do either one I pick. You're still gonna do the other one for the next week, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It
Like,
doesn't really matter.
Like the next one is like immediately after that. So
Let's do mistaken identities.
okay. So we'll do mistaken identities, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Also, there's no murder in that one.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. Is there murder in the other one? We haven't had.
Like kind of like attempted, but like not succeeding.
It doesn't really matter to
Well, I
me.
mean, I guess
We're gonna go on a stretch of no murders because my next two don't have murders in them either.
although the one that you flipped over so you couldn't read, I have to watch a documentary because all the newspapers were in German and I couldn't read it.
Oh, you never learned German in any of your lives? That's
Nope.
fascinating that you were never once.
Nope. Unlike you, I
Shut
didn't
up,
try
I
to
knew
make
you were
myself
gonna
part of
say
the
that.
master race. So
I did randomly try to learn German during COVID.
of course you did. The language of your
Oh
people.
my god.
This is the story that just keeps on giving.
know.
You're just like walking right into them.
Oh, I don't like eugenics. I think it's horrible. I am not a racist.
So maybe next week she'll finally stop talking.
Nicole's just not even saying. She's not even defending me. She's like, no, so stop talking about it if you're not.
Kyla does not love eugenics. She just has bad luck in the stories
Yeah,
she
I did.
picks.
3 in a row. I was like, come the fuck on.
Well, that's why, I had my crow story. Also, I need to update our dear readers that I have started to feed the crows cat food in the front yard. And they circle a little bit now when they watch, and they have come and landed on my sidewalk and eaten the cat food.
You better grab your crow call.
I have to wait till after the winter storm. I don't think I'm gonna need it this weekend.
Yeah, you should be okay till next week.
But like as soon as it thaws out, I'm gonna make my crow box, and I have to find a bird feeder that's big enough for crows,
Good luck.
or not a bird feeder, a water bath,
Bird bath.
a bird bath. So that's something I gotta look for.
Maybe you could just get the colonic irrigator from the Battle Creek
Well, I'm
Sanitarium.
sure you have one in the basement
Oh my
or
God, I do
something. Or maybe that's what you use instead of your turkey baster sometimes to clean out your lawnmower.
Everyone is so confused right now, but what the hell you're talking about.
I think it's delightful.
Close us out, please.
To the next pour and the next plot twist.
End my suffering.